I can't imagine a world in which we're not together and living our lives.
My name is Diane.
And I'm Peter.
And we've been married for 40 years.
My name's Eleanor.
I'm Ben.
We are married. We've been married 2.5 years.
I'm Renee.
And I'm Andre. And we're married.
My first memory of Eleanor is at a bar in college.
We were at a party, a house party.
I remember like leaning against the bar with my back to the bar, like talking to her. And it was like the middle of the week too. I think it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday night, so like it wasn't too crowded. But yeah, and just like talk. I remember what I was wearing. I don't remember what she was wearing.
I remember exactly what she wore. She had on some black flip-flops and black tank top shirt with a...
I remember I was wearing a Jets hat because I think they just played that day or something like that.
There's some jeans.
That's the capri jeans, yeah.
And yeah, we were having... I thought that like our conversation flowed pretty well, but that was... Yeah, I mean, I was mainly focused on like, you know, how she looked at that point because I didn't really know her that well. It was like meeting at a bar, so I just thought she was pretty cute.
A lot of people wasn't dancing. People were just kind of sitting around. Song came on and it was just like she was just in her own little bubble, just dancing.
What I remember though is thinking that he was very smart.
And he had on a baseball cap and it was really hanging low, so it really made him look sexy and attractive. So that intrigued me. I wanted to get to know him better. And I knew he had a crush on me, I just didn't know him, so.
And yeah, we just had a good time talking to each other.
Was there anything in particular he said that made you think like...
I'm curious too.
It was a long time ago now, like 9 years ago, so I can't really remember the specifics. I just remember it felt like a more meaningful conversation than when you're like 21 and meet most people at bars, but I don't really remember what we talked about.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
We met in college, FYI.
How did you approach her?
Never approached her then.
I approached
think
him.
I just kind of was asking people around her in her circle, like, hey, who is that?
And I would just flirt with him because I knew he liked me.
Yeah, but I could just kind of played it to the left a little bit.
Yeah.
Played it hard to get.
Very much
so. Kind of just came together.
I met Peter when we were teenagers, 9th grade. It was actually a scavenger hunt with a youth group from my church, and we were going around our neighborhood, and his family had just moved in, and we stopped to ask if they could, do you have this item, and Peter was there peeking around boxes in the entryway of his house, and that's where I first met him.
And my father, when we heard the ring at the doorbell, we had literally just gotten all the boxes into the house, and this was down in Georgia. We hear a ring at the doorbell, and my father goes to open the door, and I'm kind of listening from the hallway, and I hear these questions. Do you have a 1958 penny? Do you have a garlic grater? And these really strange questions. I think, well, what is going on? So I did. So I looked around, and there are these two kind of skinny girls that are asking my father all these questions. And then I heard them explain that they were doing this for a scavenger hunt for their church. And so, yeah, but that's the first time I saw Diane. She lived down the street. And ultimately, we met when we went to high school as freshmen. And started dating in high school, off and on, and then went our separate ways to university, and then met when we were both finishing, and started dating again and got married.
I do admire a lot of things about him, but mostly he's a man, his strength, his demeanor. He's cool, calm, and collected, but his heart could be like beating a million times a minute. But just the fact that he keeps everything under control, even when I'm like, going all over the place, he, kind of grounds me. So I just admire that strength in that man's man. It's just like, do it. And I'm like, okay. Sometimes, not all the time, but yeah. So no, I admire that about him, definitely.
he tries really hard. Like when he focuses on something, like if he's at work and gets an assignment, he like is very conscientious and doesn't like half-ass anything, which I think when he takes that to the various parts of his life. Like we just bought a house and there are lots of things that I don't really care that much about, but he really wants everything to be like as good as it can be, like for both of us. And so I appreciate the amount of effort he puts into just making things as nice and as good as he can make them. Yeah.
Thanks.
So Peter is blessed with a very positive personality. That's really a gift because I think you're born with that. And he's a very easy person to live with, very cheerful and positive and encouraging. So I've been really lucky to have a life partner with those kinds of attributes. But he works at that too. He's a godly man. I admire his faith. I admire his hard work ethic and his care for other people too. A very caring and compassionate person as well.
I mean, something that like just really impresses me about her is just how disciplined she is. And like it's easy just because like, you know, comparing with like myself, like I feel like I'm not really that disciplined about stuff. Like I have a really hard time getting into routines, and just like watching her and how she operates, it's incredible. And I just think it's like really, I just think it's a really kind of like admirable trait to just like be disciplined in whatever you're doing, whether it's like working out or like cooking stuff or just like in like how she maintains relationships too. Like the relationships that Eleanor has with her friends and with her family, I think is just kind of like an extension of like that discipline that she has, and I it's something that like I kind of aspire to in my own life.
Diane is a caring and compassionate person. She is courageous and strong. She's loving and gentle, and she's always caring for other people. And I think that's the greatest thing.
Family is very, very big to both of us, and just the way that she put her needs aside just to take care of her boys. You know, we have kids and everything just to take care of us. Not only just us, just the people around her. You know, that's the thing I admire most. I love that.
Gosh, it's everything.
I'd say pretty much everything.
Everything. Till death do us part.
I guess it means everything.
I concur.
She is my best friend. She is my companion. She's my wife. She's the mother of our children. And I've got to say that to be married to someone who is also, you know, your best friend is just such an incredible blessing. To be able to walk through life knowing that you have someone to face the challenges of life with, and that when life is hard, you can come back and share that and have someone who's going to encourage you and help empower you to get through the problems.
You know, whatever trials, tribulations we come through, we gotta fight through it because it's hard work.
We spend all of our time together, pretty much, especially right now during the coronavirus. Yeah, I can't even I don't even think I can put that into words because I don't really know what I would do without you or without us being together.
And to also share faith, that we know that we can trust on a source of strength in our God that's bigger than us, and who we can always count on to walk with us through every challenge. It's one thing to have a partner in life to walk through those challenges. It's another thing to have a God who you can always count on to help you through those challenges, even the challenges within your relationship. You know, we've had our share of challenges within our relationship and outside, our challenges within our families. But to know that we face those things together is just such a blessing. It truly is.
I can't imagine a world in which we're not together and living our lives.
I'm very grateful to have Peter as my partner in life, and he's been a great example to me, but also an equal partner.
The biggest thing that I appreciate is that we built a friendship first. We had a friendship of at least 5 or 6 years before we even dated or got married. So that foundation for us was a lot. I mean, I think we were both learning, going through our own thing. I mean, it was college, so we were growing a lot. And we just maintained that friendship, that foundation. So, I mean, it's everything. It's literally till death do us part.
We were talking the other day, like we just started these jobs, and so like we're talking about like getting like life insurance, because like that's something that like our jobs offer or whatever. No, but I'm thinking about like, we're thinking about like, oh, like, we're insured for this much. I was like I don't want to live in a world where, you know what I mean, where like I would never want to use that life insurance like ever, and I know no one does, but it's just like weird to think about.
We have worked through the problems that everyone has problems. Nobody's relationship is perfect, but a commitment to it, a decision that you're going to work together as a team. Putting we before me is critical to make a relationship work.
In a world today where you see a lot of people, marriages ending very, very soon, or, quickly, and just people kind of get in situationships and don't know how to get out, don't know how to figure out, our marriages mean, to me, just, fight to the end. It's constant work. A lot of people don't understand that, what you put in is what you get out. So I don't want a 50-50 marriage. I want somebody who's going to bring 100% to the table. I'm going to bring my 100% to the table, and, we're going to grind this thing called life out to the end.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this new video about couples. I really appreciate your support, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Feel free to share these videos with family and friends, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.
But yeah, right now
we
we're
thought
just
it would be
running.
funny to wear the same shirt today.
Yeah.
That was
Cool.
really just what it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, thank you both so much.
Yeah.